Hello everyone and welcome to Whisky Wednesday. For those of you that saw the live stream the other day, thank you all for watching, very, very nice of you. Today we're going to do the formal review of that whiskey, which is Fettercairn 12-year-old. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the first time in a long time Fettercairn have released a standardised range. There's a 12, a 28, a 40 and a 50. We covered a bit of that on the live stream, but we're going to talk about the whiskey today and what makes it different, why it's around and all these other things. Now, first of all, the bottle design is lovely. It's got this nice kind of 1920s Great Gatsby thing going on with it. You know, very kind of elegant looking. But Fettercairn as a whiskey for me is something I've never really gotten along with. Bought this on an impulse just to see if that would change that. We'll talk more about it towards the end, but let's see what the range has to offer as a whole. So we'll nose it first. That's 40%. It isn't natural colour as far as I'm aware, and it is chill filtered. And one thing I'm getting more of now than what I was the other week was that kind of orchid fruit note. So I said pears on the live stream, but now it's more of kind of like an apple, kind of Japanese white apples, a bit juicier, a bit fruitier. But that's kind of it. One of the more unusual notes that runs around in Fettercairn is a savoury note. It's almost like a cheesy savoury, like a parmesan or some kind of sort of strange hard cheese. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I always come down to talking about like Walker's cheese and onion crisp. It's got that almost slightly savoury, almost like gravy-like quality to it, but it's herbaceous and strange. But on the nose, it's generally quite flat. There's a sweet note, there's a savoury note, there's not much else in between. There's nothing that links them. We'll see how it tastes, and then we'll kind of move on from there. It's pretty flat. Again, there's a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of savouriness. Nothing really kind of jumps out. Nothing kind of screams, this is Fettercairn, this is a house style. You'll get that with a Glendronach, you'll get that with even a Dalmore, or sometimes now even the new Jura range, but you don't get it with this. There's nothing distinctive, there's nothing key, which I think is a real shame to it. It's just, inoffensive, which I think is the wrong way to go about releasing a whiskey. Yeah, it's like it has a texture that's vaguely thick, but if you took away the vague cask influence, it's almost just like drinking water. Now, I don't like the word, you're aware of it, I don't like the word smooth. For me, the word smooth, just from the people it reminds me of, always reminds me of like a code word for bland. And I think that is the word that sums this whiskey up. The finish is pretty nothing. There's a little bit of spice. You could probably describe it as maybe like a licorice or a ginger, but again, it's nothing distinctive. And for like above £45 a bottle, you should be having a house style that's very assertive, and it makes itself known. And for this, it's just passing under so many different radars. I just don't think it's a way to promote a product, apart from the bottle, which is lovely. I really dig the bottle design. All in all, I think it's quite a lapsed product. I don't think it's something that whiskey buyers are going to run out and buy. If they have a price point and a marketing point made for it, I think they've missed it, because there wasn't a big launch, there wasn't adverts everywhere. But yeah, it just misses the mark for me in so many different ways. So Fettercairn is still not something I'm getting along with. Overall, as a score, I think I'm going to give it a 6. 7 for me is like good drinker, affordable, will buy pretty much all the time. Jameson's, Johnny Walker Black Label, etc. But this is just quite subpar for me, which is a shame with its fancy bottle and its really unique packaging. And there's a very unique phrase on the back of it, which it says something like, purity is rare to find. Yes, it is, and it's still rare to find within the Fettercairn range. So a 6 out of 10. If you see it, maybe get a sample. Don't go out your way to get it. But thank you all for watching. This is The Whisky Shop. I'm Phil, and we will see you all next week. Cheers.